The views and opinions expressed by the host do not necessarily state or reflect those of the guests. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guests do not necessarily state or reflect those of the host. I'm a stupid robot.
Give it up for the funny, the hilarious. King of the open micers and the one-liners, Alonzo Cantu.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Give it up for the funny, the hilarious.
And that's fine. That's fine.
Ace.
Give it up for me. The Ace Man is back. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day today, and I do appreciate everybody showing up and being here at this wonderful time. It's the day before Easter. It's the year of our Lord. It is April 19th, 2025. It's a Saturday, as it always is, on Planet Bad First Impressions. And, of course, right when the show starts is when everything wants to go goofy, wonkers, retarded on me. And I have no one to blame but myself, because I foolishly thought that Bob Dell would be here on Saturday when I said he would be here, and maybe I should have asked Bob Dell first. I should have just willed it into existence. Oh, wait a second, I did ask Bob Dell and he said he was down, so give it up for me. I'm off the hook for that one. But he said he was on his way, and I just couldn't wait any longer. I got shit to do. I got places to be. All right, this podcast is not beholden to Bob Dell and his goddamn schedule. It's beholden to my goddamn schedule. And today, we get started right now. All right. Well, I like to appreciate everybody coming through. Bob Dell is on his way. He's got a good story to tell, I hope. He got kicked. Oh, I don't think he got kicked out of Who's Who. I think he started some shit with the KJ because they're dissing him on stage. And the KJ is, I guess, the karaoke J, the jockey, karaoke jockey, And I can't wait to hear about that. And I want to relate to him because I yelled at a security guard, yesterday, I think, or it was the day before. And, it was, we'll get into that. You can tell me if I had it coming or who was in the right or wrong there, In the court of bad first impressions with Judge Alonzo, judge and jury, Judge Dredd of San Antonio. Let's take a look. And I like how I just came up with this. And it is really paying off dividends is this badass Steam Deck thing that I got. That's be making things come up and come down. Yeah. Look at that. Donate money. But no, seriously, folks. Badfirstimpressions.com. Check out the old episodes. Treading just a little bit of water, but I am going to call up our first guest. See if I can get any of these fuckers on the horn right now. Because, I don't like when people in this scene decide that they're going to make a podcast and they don't go through me first, because I'm trying to be the big you of this whole podcast thing, if I could be. I don't think Big U just got to being Big U because somebody asked him to be, I think you kind of gotta, you gotta make your bones and shit. And the first step of making your bones is shaking down your community, your local friends and family and stuff like that. But mostly your community, you gotta start small if you're gonna take over the world. So let me see if I can go over this real quick. Let me see. I wonder if I can do this actually. What the fuck? Hey, Zach, can you hear me? Zach?
Hello?
Hey,
Can
what's
you hear
up,
me?
boss? Yeah, you're live on the podcast. How you doing?
Oh, what's up, dude? Sorry, I totally forgot to call you, dude.
It's all good. I don't think you were. I think I was supposed to call you. You didn't have to call me. That's totally fine.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Bob Dell's punk ass. He was definitely supposed to be here, though. Well, I guess I didn't give him a time. I just said, "Are you down to pod?" He said, "Sure." And then I think I forget what I did exactly there. So I think we both could have dropped the ball on that. So fair is fair. We'll get to the bottom of that later when Bob gets here, and we can figure out who's in the wrong there. It actually could have been me in this one. The very
I'm gonna
rare
go with
occasion.
Bob.
Thank you very much, boss. So it's really, I hate to do this for you, but I hear you're producing the Rosales' podcast, right?
That's correct. I'm actually doing that right now.
That's fucking beautiful. So you got those guys there.
Yeah. No, not with me. No. I'm just on the computer.
Oh, you're well, dope. Well, what I'm gonna need you to do is stop that. Knock it off. Send me everything you have on file to me, and I'll just kind of take over from there. And basically, it's been great working with you. Basically, I'm trying to big you the scene, and you're gonna be my first extortion. So give it up for yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries, dog. This cannon will be used against you in the court of the streets, But basically it's a shakedown. I tried to already strong arm him at the station the other day, and Daniel Velasquez wasn't having it. I don't think he believes in my producing abilities. And I'm not going to lie. Today was not the day to extort somebody for being a good producer. or that's what I'm saying. I couldn't show them this fucking episode where the camera didn't work the first part of it. This was a
Yeah.
real shit show opening and stuff, and I'm like, man, maybe I shouldn't go live. But then I realized I was never going to get nowhere off of the strength of my producing, so it's got to just be off of the strength of my strength, And so, and I see you, with your little muscles and shit, just like flex them and all that. But see, I got the retard strength, and also I got the streets on my side,
Aced.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah, I might send a couple goons at you, you know what I mean? Like in the middle of your guys' podcast, we just be playing air horns outside. We're in the parking lot drinking cervezas, playing Tejano music like it's 4 a.m. at night at my apartment complex. I don't know. Have you noticed that you only hear Tejano music at 4 a.m. in the morning coming out of the parking lot or your next door neighbor's house? Is that only me? I said this a lot of times, but
well, I used to have that problem, but I just called ICE on my neighbors, and so now they're out.
oh my god, you know what? I think you're a fucking genius.
That's all it takes, man.
Yeah, no, that actually is a fucking good idea. I should at least try. You know what I mean? Like maybe they can shake them down a little bit. Just put a little bit of fear of God into them. I should really be making the police work for me in situations like this. But
You just say, hey, I hear Tejano music, and I think they're cooking rice and beans. You guys better get over here, stat.
all right, well, fantastic. So I'm really glad to hear that this extortion is going smoother than I didn't realize that it was this easy to extort people. I thought that there would be a lot more like crying and stuff like that. But you're taking this really well, and I really want to applaud you for that.
Thank you.
Give yourself an ace there, Mr. Saavedra. Basically, all I need to do now is tell Nick to get his boys in line because, I want this to be a really lighthearted experience for everybody, and I don't want it to, like, fall back onto the podcast in any way, like the energy to be weird when I'm there in the corner, you know what I mean? Just, like, making sure nobody's talking about my extortion.
I mean,
I'm going to need to
we're
edit
here
that out.
live. Yeah, edit that out. I would. Yeah, well, you're live, so we're fucked.
Well, here's the best thing. Nobody ever watches this show. So it's almost like, it's so weird. It's almost like a reverse interrogation or something. Oh, not that. I don't know. It's weird. It's, I think I could literally kill somebody on this show and YouTube wouldn't be able to pull it because they'd just be like, well, he marked it not for kids. You know what I mean? Something like that. I think it'd be cool though. Would you ever film a live execution?
Depends.
Like on who it was, right?
Right.
That's so dope. Like my next door neighbor or something like that and shit like that. And he's getting executed in El Salvador in that back. Did you see what they showed the satellite picture of the, there's like a bloody patch in like the little weird, like an alleyway in the back of that El Salvadorian prison that they're sending everybody to? Yeah, it's weird. Now like Google has it all like censored apparently. It's all like blurred out or something. I don't know.
Jesus. We're fucked, dude. We're cooked.
Yeah.
It's over.
I guess so. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm getting fucking, oh shit, Arturo Barr's in the chat. Nail yourself to the cross again. Yo, Diddy just got murdered in prison. Is that real? That'd be so funny if that was true.
Live on the air?
Diddy got murdered in prison.
I just type in Diddy news.
Yeah,
Diddy, 4 hours ago, video judge denies Diddy's request to delay trial. I don't see anything. Wait, Diddy's on, off again, fixer attorney, Mark something back in the spotlight. No, I don't see anything about him being...
Arturo Barr's, you got me. Classic Arturo Barr's shenanigans.
Classic, dude.
Dude, he's really pulling my leg. So how's the podcast going? How do they have the chemistry?
I mean...
I think the name's kind of stupid. What is it again?
Hello there.
Hello there? I don't know. Maybe it'll grow on me. It's fun to say, I guess.
It is fun to say.
It's just not fun to look at. It's ugly.
Hey, story of my life, buddy.
We should stylize it. You know what? I think I'm bringing you back in on this as a collaborator. You know?
Yeah. Maybe we just take their pod for ourselves.
I like that idea, honestly. Well, dude, that's a fucking great idea. And then they're still paying for it. And now they're paying us $120 to do our show. They're like just running the cameras and stuff. They're like, how the fuck did this happen? Dude, this is the greatest extortion. Man, I need to get you on the team over here. You're just fucking thinking. Damn.
Yeah, dude. I'm a thinker, dude.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to break the news to Nick and shit. I'm sure he's going to be excited to know that now he's paying us and working for us. Yeah, the name's starting to grow on me now. Now that now that you put it this way, whoa there, I get it now. It makes sense. It's all coming
Got a
together.
nice ring to it now.
Mm-hmm. So I was reading Reddit, and I love that every time it's like I want to put it up on the screen, but Reddit always wants to show my embarrassing recent shit. I'm like, I literally keep on pulling it down, and it keeps on pulling itself back up. Like, nope. Like, I keep on trying to catch you slipping, Reddit. Let me see. But so
You keep
today,
trying to show your previously looked at or what?
yeah, exactly. It's like your recent communities and shit like that, and it's like fucking big black asses, fucking, appreciators, shit. I'm one of fucking 40 million members. It's not just me, okay?
I guess I haven't seen you in there. I'm a big advocate of their channel as well.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't want to just be giving them free advertising. That goes against my whole ethos and shit. Oh, RFK, what's the call in? All right, let's see. I wonder if I could. All right, well, thanks a lot, Zach. What do you got to plug? I know you got your show coming up.
Yeah, May 3rd, we got Neon Monkey Live. We got Edward Hernandez, Will Mosley, Jarrett Moore, Daniel Velasquez. We got a bunch of people coming out. Should be a good one at Tandem.
Yeah.
May 3rd.
Those are always awesome shows, the Neon Monkey shows. What's it, $10 a ticket, And
Yes, sir.
money well
$10.
spent, and he always pays the comedians and shit like that. It's always very, very funny and stuff. So I highly suggest. No, thank you, man. I'm excited to see this new shit coming out. And thanks a lot for calling in and being a good sport about this. So just send those files over whenever you get a chance, and I do appreciate this.
Will do.
Yeah, thank you. All right, stay safe, boss.
See you later, buddy.
Yeah. See, I told him this is going to be a big thing for me. This podcast, is really going to work out for me in a lot of ways. So apparently RFK wants to call in. Let me see. I do actually have something set up for that. Let me see. Oh yeah, there we go. So let me set it up for that one. And there we go. And that should work there. Boom. All right. God damn it. There we go. I bet, and that's how they try to sell you on the fucking, all right. I guess okay. Then call in, motherfucker. I don't know. It's all good. It's all good. I forget that we're on a delay and that Sam can't see what's going on in real time right now, which is completely fine. And by Sam, I mean whoever's in the chat telling me that RFK wants to pop in. Probably one of his handlers, one of his many handlers. There we go. 1 second. Yeah, there we go. All right. Let's see. Is it working? Let's see. There we go. Now we got it. Now we're cooking with gas. All right.
Hello.
Hey, so we had the president soundtrack for RFK. What do you think your music should be? So I want you to have some kind of music bed when you come in.
Can it just be something by Motorhead?
That'd be pretty cool. Let me see. Do I have? I think I have something like. Oh, this one always gets the episode copyrighted though, but fuck it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
I think
my music.
That is dope. So I heard that you were attacking autistic kids again, RFK. Why?
Oh, well, they can't do anything. They can't work in the mines. They can't.
I love how they say some of these kids will never. Sorry, go on.
They can't use GLP-1. They can't fight in a ring in combat sports. So what are they even here for? You understand?
Well, shit. Well, now that you put it that way, you actually kind of got me thinking a little differently. I just thought it was hilarious when RFK, without any sense of irony, said, "These people will never pay taxes." That was like the first thing he said. They'll never pay taxes.
I did say that.
Yeah,
I did say that.
You're such a piece of shit. That was hilarious. It's like, oh, God forbid some people don't pay fucking taxes, because they're so mentally that's the worst part about being mentally disabled is that the biggest privilege of paying taxes to the American government is denied to you.
There was actually more of that speech, but it was cut. But I also mentioned that people with autism will do things like create companies to build electric cars and have Twitter and, for instance, try to go to Mars. Terrible things that these autistic people are doing.
Oh, you know what? I caught that shade. I bet Elon Musk is probably pretty mad that you keep on shitting on his people and probably most of his baby mamas, right?
Yes. He keeps telling me that he wants to build his legion by inseminating autistic e-girls, and I said, as long as they don't have autism, we're good to go.
I like that. I also like that you're funding research. You're funding research into, it's almost like the gay gene, but for autism. You know, but you don't believe that there's a gay gene. You actually think that it's like something in like environmental factors. Like there's
It's
an
a gay
autism.
bug.
Yeah.
It's a gay bug. It's a bug that won't stop prowling. It's a bug that keeps wearing chaps. It's a bug that will often be at an Elton John concert. We're looking into this bug, and we're also hoping that other stuff I don't like are just bugs.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, honestly, I'm glad that our tax money is finally going to something that, you know, kind of makes sense to me finally, which is
By the way,
autism research.
I'm in Guantanamo Bay. I'm about to go into a special dark room. I'm going to be interrogating autism.
That's impressive. Is it just a kid hitting his head against the wall really hard? I think I know him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We captured autism, and I'm going to interrogate him until he can tell me where all the autistic people are.
I appreciate that.
Talk to him.
Did you know my wife was on Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Yeah, that trips me out. Are you guys still married?
Sort of.
Hey, what's up, Bob Dell? You fucking diva, taking his sweet time. It's all good. I got RFK on the line, thank God.
Bob Dell.
But actually, I think I fucked up because you just said sure you'll be on the podcast, and I don't think I ever followed up with you. So that's my fault there. So yeah, sorry about that on my end too. But you know, it's all good though. You're here. I appreciate it. No, you sit over here with the with that. Tell me if the headphones are working for you. RFK, yeah. So are you still married to Cheryl?
Sort of. We kind of have an open deal where she goes to all the rallies and smiles with her scary bobblehead, and I get to pork her every now and then. It's an open deal.
Chilling.
Bobby, hey Bobby.
What?
From one Bobby to another.
Can you hear
it's good to
RFK?
hear you.
I can hear you, dude.
It's good. This is one of those Bobbies that hadn't had his dad.
What happened? Did you run over here?
Kind of.
Why did you? Where? I thought you had a car.
No. I do, but I was trying to register for the vehicle.
Yeah.
I couldn't find your name.
See, Alonzo,
You don't gotta find my
autistic
name.
people
It's just
can't
you just put in.
register
Did you register it?
I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying
Yeah, I'll
to.
send you the guest code. So basically, you just you scan the thing, right?
Yeah.
Type in Moss Landing, and then you type in the apartment building, and then it pulls up that, and you select that, and then it'll ask you for the guest code, and I'll give it to you right now.
Okay.
All right.
Alonzo,
What's
don't
up,
dox
RFK?
yourself. Don't dox yourself.
Oh shit!
All right, got it.
Dude, I think that's I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
That's right. I like when people come to my house.
Yeah.
It means I get to practice talking more.
That's a good way of putting it. Dude, RFK, you're full of so much homespun wisdom.
You're
How
awesome.
can anybody not fucking love you? Or because I mean, I came into this thinking, hey, this guy's a piece of shit. But then I'm thinking to myself, like, hey, this guy's, you know, he might just have a different way of thinking, and different isn't always wrong. You know what I mean? Different. Maybe RFK is just kind of like a self-hating autistic guy, and it's like,
yeah.
I got to get to the bottom of this. You know, I got to get to the bottom of autism, and then I'll discover my own. Like he's getting to this himself. It's like a self-discovery thing. Do you think at
Yeah.
one point he's gonna look in the mirror and he's like, "Holy shit, maybe he is actually generating autism"? You know, like he's got some kind of vibration. He's putting it out there.
I'm like an
He's-
autism Dyson sphere. I'm like circling the sun of autism, and I'm absorbing the autism, and it's making me stronger.
He's sucking off autism.
He's sucking off autism.
Oh no,
It's
Yeah.
fucking softism.
softism. Yeah,
Yeah, it's about to make it fucking autism with a hard A.
hard A,
Hard fucking A.
hard A with the T.
Dude, let's just spell it out for him, dog. Let's not even beat around the
Autism.
bush. Yeah, it's fucking. So I'm sending you the guest code on your Instagram, okay?
Okay.
Because I don't want to say it out loud. Because RFK, he might sound like he's stupid, but he's also like, hey, look out for yourself, Alonzo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not everybody out
Oh,
there has the
no.
best intentions and stuff, you know, like RFK over here, who just
Oh,
calls it a
no.
random podcast, you know, and just gives his time. That's what I'm saying. How could you hate a guy that would just call into a fucking such an obscure podcast, you know, and give his time like this? And I trust me, I do appreciate it. I should really be looking into your policies more, not just the negative stuff. I should be looking into the
No,
positive things
no.
you're doing.
No, don't do it.
Do it.
Just enjoy the ride. Look, the Trump administration has vowed to give $6 million to Alonzo Cantu if he ever
Yes.
runs for public office.
Oh
We
my
are
God.
in full support of the bad first impressions. Generally speaking, he's our favorite white.
Think about
White
that.
man.
Future. I've always thought that actually, because I always thought, man, I'd never be able to be a politician with all my skeletons and everything I just even put out into the world. You know, imagine what the skeletons are. So, but I think society has gotten so shitty. You know what I mean? Now with like artists like Sexy Red, you know, and Marjorie
Yeah.
Taylor Greene's, you know, putting penis pictures on very large, like going to Kinko's and Kinko's outing big old dick pictures. You know, that's cool. And then maybe not, maybe not President Alonzo, but Congressman Alonzo, Senator Alonzo.
Yeah.
Maybe one day
Yeah.
I'll be the one to hold the strings. You know what I mean? And politicians, like so many, like change in my pocket, you know, that I just curry. Oh, dude.
I mean, I look like if a Halloween jack-o'-lantern did TRT. So the sky's the limit for you.
And your
Alonzo.
fucking Larry David's wife, which is such a weird, what a weird celebrity to have sex with. You know,
That's
you
awesome.
yeah. Well, is it
really-
awesome? You think it's awesome?
You're nailing Larry David's ex-wife. That's awesome, dude.
Sometimes when we're having sex, I'll start singing. Bum, 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 dubba, dum, bum, ba, dubba, da, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. And when the song concludes, I come all over her face. Yeah.
Huh.
That's classy.
That's very classy.
What you call that is a class act. You know what I mean? You call that a fucking class. Actually, I should put one of these on there. There you go. That's beautiful. That's a self-pleasuring sound. So, RFK. I found out that in 1846, no, not the fucking William. Oh, god damn it. Where is it? Yeah. Frederick the Great had a physical disgust of women. You ever heard of Frederick the Great?
He sounds like my kind of guy.
That's what I was thinking. And he listened to this quote, right? I was like,
He's
man.
the first incel. That's what he was.
He once shocked a dinner party with an offensive rant against ghastly women you smelled 10 miles around. When he saw his wife for the first time in 6 years, he only told her, Madame has become more stout, and then left.
Wow.
Adam,
Wow.
dude, this fucking Frederick the Great guy, you know,
Just
Frederick
Just doesn't like
That
fatty
guy,
boom
could,
baddies.
that guy could have been cast on Wild and Out.
And also,
Got with Nick Cannon.
and imagine how.
Him and Mikey Day throwing shade on Bad Baby. Wouldn't that have been great?
Oh
It
yeah.
would have been great, actually. RFK, dude, that's what I said. RFK has been doing nothing but dropping gold these days. I can see why he's in Trump's cabinet. I was also thinking, though, it's like back in the day, you can't imagine that they had a lot of like people are always saying like people had less respect for women or something like that, or they had like less rights or something. I don't know how it worked out, but even then, where they're like, oh, this guy, he really fucking didn't like chicks. That's I don't know. I think he was just a gay guy.
Absolutely. He was a queen. He had to be. I mean, come on. You don't talk that much sad. Also, why didn't he see his wife for 6 years? What was that about?
I don't know. He was hoping maybe she was stout, and he's like, maybe I can give her some time to slim up a bit. You know what I mean? He comes back, he's like, damn, you're getting even fatter? Jesus Christ. See you another 6
She had
years.
her first period, and he sent her into the woods and said, come back when you've killed a bear.
He was probably having a lot of homosexual.
For 6 years?
He had to get it out of his system.
Why is everybody asking what the fuck this great man was doing? Man with great in his name. And secondly, Jesus, didn't he fuck off from like the ages of 16 to 32 or something like that? Nobody asked him, oh, why wasn't he fucking having sex and all that? No, he was too busy, well, hey, I'm not going to get into what Jesus was doing between that time. Everybody's 20s was a crazy time,
What was it?
He was dipping his wick.
Frederick seemed to have embarked upon a youthful affair with Peter Carl Gustafson the Keith, a 17-year-old page of his father.
Yeah, but I mean, it was back in the day, everybody was having, everybody was fucking their pages and their father's pages and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
little boys
Page by
were
page,
more
baby.
of a currency than gold.
Yeah.
Yes. It's, so fucking stupid.
Make America trade little boys again. That's what I've always said. Yeah.
You know what?
One of these.
Yep.
That is a funny thing, though, is that that is a funny thing, though, that one of the main like generals of the Revolutionary War, that he was like a disgraced general from like Prussia or some shit for like being a pedophile, pretty much. But he was the only one that was like, all right, well, I got no like pull anywhere else, but they're like, we'll take in anybody. And he was like one of the main dudes that like trained the soldiers in the Revolutionary War. I found that out during an awesome like 12-part, like every episode's like 4 hours, like History Channel documentary from back in the day, with a bunch of those slow shots of people just firing muskets, and you just see like close-ups of muskets and people in the outfits falling down.
Fun.
That is
it's
fun.
like Ken Burns' History of Pedophiles. There's a lot of people reading letters from one little boy to another little boy. Interesting.
Little boys,
I
little
love
boys.
Ken Burns. I love it. Well, listen, I've got to get out. I've got to do an ice bath before I murder these people inside of this cell, and it's going to be great.
Are you in El Salvador, sir?
No, Guantanamo, the OG El Salvador.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Bob, I'll see you tomorrow at our colonic. You guys have a good one.
All right.
Thank you,
All
RFK
right.
Jr. Let me play your outro music. God damn it, man!
Please.
Yeah, thank you very much.
See ya.
Please.
All right.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
That's the shit.
There we go. Stone Cold said so. That's WrestleMania 2.
WrestleMania 2?
It's also WrestleMania this weekend.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's WrestleMania this weekend.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday. It's tomorrow. Main event's tomorrow.
The main event is tomorrow.
Yep.
Oh my fucking god, dude. That is so hilarious.
Yeah.
I like always pick the worst fucking day for a show. Last time it was the fucking Super Bowl,
Yeah.
And now it's WrestleMania, the main event, which is like arguably bigger than the Super Bowl,
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Whatever. Hey, so Bob, I heard you got into an altercation with the Who's Who KJ. What happened there?
Oh, that shit. He was talking shit on the microphone, and then
What do you say?
he was calling me like, "Oh, the fucking Bob. This guy's fucking gay or whatever." And
He
he's
said
like,
that you're gay?
yes. Yeah, like he said, "Oh yeah, he likes in the ass or whatever," and I was like, "Oh, you can't get my ass or whatever,"
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Who is this guy? What's his name?
I think his name's Wayne.
Wayne?
I know this guy.
Like from high school?
No, At Who's Who.
Oh, he just like, why does he fuck with you? Like, he thinks like you guys are friends or something like that on that level, or was he trying to be malicious? You think?
Oh no, he was actually trying to. He was a. I think he was trying to be a comedian, but then apparently he said that I stole his joke, or whatever, and then it was just
You
a
stole
hacky.
one of his jokes. What was the joke?
Oh, it was like the whole like I want to start a. I think it was like the whole. I want to start a vape. I want to start a vape store near a high school. It'd be called Statutory Vape, you know. But that was the joke. But I realized that. I think I heard Trevor Moore said it, and he said Statutory Vape. I'm like, okay, maybe that's awesome. That joke has been probably done from so many people, you know.
Yeah, that's one of those good points. Yeah, where it probably was. You know, they
Yeah.
probably all stole it from you, though, in my opinion.
But no. He was like, he said a lot of. He was being unprofessional, and he was just like talking shit, and then he was like pressing my buttons to the point like I was about to punch him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
and I was like, you know what? I know what this guy's gonna do. I just left the bar.
Yeah, he was gonna fucking fold under but he was gonna crumple under the fucking diesel might, dude. I wouldn't want to tangle with you. You know, I just wish I was there to kick him in the head when he was down and
Yeah.
tell him, hey, you know, actually, I'd be like, you know, you know what? That's when you fuck him in the ass and all that. You'd be like, you know, no, you like it in the ass.
You like
it in the ass. Exactly. And I think legally they couldn't hold that against you because in Texas, you know, that's what they call mutual combat. You know,
Yeah.
it's called mutually assured destruction. And
Mutual
Yeah.
dissection.
yeah, exactly.
But they have sodomy laws for that.
Yeah, exactly. But they don't apply to KJs. They're not even real people. Yeah, it's you know
not
you
even
can
a real-
basically do what you want with them. Yeah.
It's not even a real job, anyways.
Yeah, it's a horrible, horrible profession. But yeah, so yeah, so is this like your first place that you're not going back to, or do you have a long list of them like me?
For a while, but no, that's it. And whiskeys, because I almost got in a fight with a meth head.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
they do that. You know, start fights.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. What was the fight over? Do you remember?
It was a Misfit shirt.
Oh, word. What was the fight over?
Oh no, he was trying to fight me because he was like asking me like, name 5 songs if you know who the Misfits are.
Yeah, I like the Misfits, but I probably like only listen to like a couple of their songs. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, what the fuck? You gotta like, what the fuck?
No, this guy's like, yeah, fucking name 5 songs, bitch. Come on, name 5 songs. I was like, okay, I'm out of here.
Yeah. Do you know 5 Misfit songs?
Dynamite Darling,
Okay, One.
Ghouls Night Out.
That's 2.
Astro Zombies.
That's 3.
What was the other one? One Last Caressed. And was it 5? Oh, no,
That's 4.
4. What was the other
It
one?
might have been 5, and I just forgot, but I think it's 4 right
Hollywood
now.
Babylon.
There you go. Damn. There you go. And I think those are all pretty deep cuts. I would have said Hybrid Moments 5 times.
Yeah, Hybrid Modes, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, and I like the fact that I probably would have like tried to like name them, you know,
Yeah.
for some reason, or maybe I don't know. Maybe I would have been like, I don't know how I would have reacted to that. It's so weird to think about that, but I think the way you handled it was very adult of you. You know what I mean? You can't catch another one of them attempted homicides like last year when you fucking, you know, when you crumpled that other KJ, you know?
What?
Yeah, fucking remember on over there in New Braunfels that KJ was stepping to you and shit, and you had to take him down. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just don't.
That?
I'm just teasing, dude. I'm just making up a thing. I hope you would play along.
No, yeah,
That's all
probably.
good.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
probably have. I don't remember, but I might have done something with them. Anyways.
Yeah. So I was at the fucking bank and I was in such a fucking shitty mood, and I was on like my break, and so I went down to the bank to try to get some money out. to pay for rent or whatever. And while I was waiting, I was waiting for this guy in line in this like lobby. I had to go inside the bank because somebody had like broken the outside ATM machine. You know, I should put a picture up on there. It's pretty fucking rowdy, but I'll just post it on Instagram. Go to @Alonzo Can CAN2, and I'll post that on my story. But it's this rowdy ass like big old hole in the glass. And then so I went inside to use the one in the right before you get into the lobby. And I'm waiting for like it feels like 5 fucking minutes. So this guy's taking a sweet fucking time. And then I finally get to the goddamn ATM. I'm sorry for swearing so much, but I get to the ATM and freaking the second I get to the ATM, somebody comes in behind me, right?
Yeah.
And then the security guard comes in and she's like, "Oh, sir, there's actually another ATM inside that you can use and all that." And I was like, "Oh, like that would have been great to know, 5 minutes ago." And she's all like, "Oh, sir, I was making notes and all that." And I was like, "I guess I'm just a piece of shit that can sit." I wasn't looking at her. I was just like getting my money. And I was like, "I guess I'm just a piece of shit that could stand in line for 5 fucking minutes." And then she's all like, "Sir," I'm like, "Don't talk to me. I'm just getting my money. You couldn't talk to me earlier to tell me to come inside. Don't talk to me now. That's fine. I don't care. Don't talk to me." I just got my money and left. I was just so fucking pissed. And I'm like, "Oh, really?" Like, and that's what I'm saying. "Oh, what you're doing, your notes couldn't wait, but I could wait. I could wait for fucking 5 minutes, but this guy behind me couldn't wait now that you're done with your notes. Fuck off." I don't know. I was just so fucking pissed. So I'm like, I'm not fucking with that branch of Chase Bank anymore.
No.
Fuck that shit. With your lazy ass security guards trying to get into an argument with me over their laziness.
It's stupid. I don't like to deal with tellers, dude.
Yeah.
I just don't like to wait.
Now I see why somebody broke that fucking ATM machine. You know what I mean? They're rotten all around. I can now I'm siding with whoever broke that fucking shit. They need to break that whole fucking place. In my opinion, I don't know. I'm not gonna do it. I'm too lazy. But what were you gonna say?
No, I don't like dealing with tellers, dude. I just either usually use the mobile teller or just go put my check in the ATM machine.
I mean, I don't have ever had a problem with tellers. I never really had a problem with like whatever. I just had a problem with that lady like seeing me wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. She obviously saw me wait because she had a fucking like excuse right there. You know what I mean? For why she was making me like, like not saying, "Hey, there's a thing right here in the lobby." You know what I mean? It's just like, "Oh, fuck this piece of shit over here," which is, I guess, maybe just me internalizing some kind. That's what I'm saying. I was having a bad day.
Yeah.
I don't know if I necessarily would have reacted that way at any other time, but still, I thought it was fucking annoying. You see me fucking wait there, and then the second somebody else comes in, it's like, this guy, he doesn't have to wait. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
And I don't buy her whole I was doing notes thing. I think she was sitting there waiting for me to.
That's an excuse.
Yeah, that's also why
So bullshit.
I know I'm a fucking crazy person though to an extent. So it's.
Oh man.
It's fine, but do you see what I got up on the screen? I guess this is like a well-known thing, but every time I read it, it always makes me chuckle. But Marlon Brando, one of the greatest actors ever,
Refuses to memorize his lines. He would read them off card, attach anywhere from trees in the background of his fellow actors.
Yeah, that'd be so fucking funny. Yeah, I love that shit.
Oh, he was like literally on his own when it comes to acting, because like he literally got a cat when he was doing the whole because the cat was just there. He just picked it up and just like pet it, and even though it was like trying to get out away from him, like he was like grabbing onto it, and like he's like, "This is not part of it." It's like, well, it makes the character look good, or
I thought the cat you just like found the cat on set, and he was like I don't know, I thought that like made sense. The cat seemed to dig him. He seemed to like have kind of like, maybe that was his kind of mentality. He's like, I want to be like a cat. I'd imagine if a cat was an actor, a cat probably wouldn't learn any lines either.
Of course not.
They'd probably pull some Brando shit. Exactly. That's like all my fucking cat does is just knock shit over whenever it wants something. Which I'm like, yeah, I'm sure actors probably do that a lot. They probably just don't say anything, cross their arms, just knock shit over until people are like, what do you want? Do you want more cocaine? Do you want to, what do you need, please?
Yeah.
That is so fucking funny though, because and here's my thing. if you can do that during acting, I think I could be an actor. You know what I mean? I could fucking, I could definitely
anybody
read.
can act.
Yeah, that'd be so funny if you're just such a piece of shit. You had like, I bet you had like people with like just post-it notes on their forehead, just totally demeaning and stuff like that. Like A-list actors, just a post-it note, and it's like.
A long time ago, I did an acting class, and they had this routine where you just memorize. You memorize a script and who your favorite actor is, and I did one with Taxi Driver with Robert De Niro, and it's like you can't just read it; you just have to feel it. It has to come with you. It has to be in your own experience and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'd love to take an acting class and have some fruit. Get money out of me to tell me how to act like a tree. Yeah, not in this fucking century, buddy. I'm more of a Brando. I'm more of a natural.
It's a method act. You're a method actor, yeah.
Oh yeah, and yeah, exactly. I only play characters named Alonzo Cantu that are fucking semi-middling comedians that fucking mostly barely not an open micer, but just barely maybe. I don't know.
Just a better Alonzo.
Or I guess I could play an open micer too. I have that experience. I've lived it. But in maybe a Subway sandwich guy, a guy that worked at Applebee's. If these are the roles, this would be my wheelhouse. I could always play that. I could totally play a guy in the background.
Rock.
I'd be like, Mr. Will Smith, would you like a sandwich, sir? And I could do that.
Yeah.
I have that experience. What's up?
What's up, dude?
Who I don't know. Is this Nick? Is this the fucking what's the fucking podcast called again?
Hello there, dude.
Hello there. Hello there, dude.
Hello there.
No, hello there. Just
hello there.
Hello there.
Hello. You gotta say it like you gotta say it
Like
with a
Daniel.
W. Like
with the
Danny?
Daniel W's.
Hello there.
He doesn't say
plays-
hello.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
yes, he does, dude. He says
Hello.
college. He does the L's and the double L's turn into W's.
You know what? This is what I wanted to talk to you about. So I just got done extorting Zach Saavedra out of the podcast, right? And then I brought him back on as a consultation guy, and to do most of the heavy lifting and shit. But basically, the vision for the podcast is now me and Zach are doing the podcast, and you are still paying Zach and me $120 to do the podcast, and then you're kind of like, and you're kind of like running everything in the background and stuff like that. You're doing the cameras, you're doing the sound and the lightings and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Wait, I don't know about that one, Chief.
Well, that's why it's called an extortion. I'm kind of doing a big U thing. You ever heard of Big U?
Big U, no.
Yeah, well, he's this like rolling 60s like Crip gangster guy from LA, and he like extorts his like neighborhood, like his friends and family and shit like that.
Oh, you know what? I think I have heard of that.
Yeah, exactly. Like whenever you go to LA, you got to check in and you got to go there and pay him money and shit and do stuff.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? That sounds pretty good, So I was like, I'll just do that with you guys.
Just because you're the first podcast around, dude? You think you can bully the new guys?
Well, yeah, I was like, that's basically my whole thing was like, I'm not going to be able to get this off of like the strength of like my own talent or anything like that. So,
Do you think I can?
What?
That's why there's 4 of us. Yeah, that's why there's 4 of us on the podcast, dude.
Well, don't worry, we're going to strip it down to 2, so the money's just like it's easier to split up. Like 120 divided between me and Zach, 20 for him, 100 for me. That's like easier math,
It's a cleaner split.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like 100. Everybody loves 100, right? So just shave that 20 off, give it to the guy. You know what I mean? Give him a little something for his troubles. Because I feel bad. I feel bad for his whole situation in this. I don't want.
Compensation.
Exactly. He doesn't want anybody to say, "Oh wow, Alonzo is a fucking bad extortionist." He's a big fucking bully and stuff. It's like I want everybody to be happy with this whole situation.
I'm only in on this deal if Bob Dell's in on this deal.
I'm down.
Yeah, dog. He's down like a fucking KJ after he punches him in the jaw for talking shit, dude.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that? Fucking
KJ
some
like
KJ
Charlie
was
Brown,
stepping to Bob Dell, calling him a homosexual on stage.
Yes.
Who called him a homosexual?
Some guy named
KJ.
Wayne.
Yeah.
Wayne the KJ.
Yes.
Wayne the KJ?
It's funny
He's
because
a karaoke DJ.
it's funny because on
that's
Monday. But it's funny because like Mondays and Tuesdays, like I go on those days because I'm cool with the other DJ who was fucking awesome, dude. But I didn't expect this guy to be the KJ.
What'd you say, Nick? I'm sorry. What?
I said he has the in with all the local karaoke DJs.
You fucking bet your ass, dude. You have no. He actually is connected in a funny way. Go on.
I do, dude. I always see Bob Dell out around town. Dude.
Yeah, he's a fucking
Man of the
tastemaker.
Dude,
It's the mayor of San Antonio. If you ask me.
I like doing karaoke, so I know some of these KJs. So
Yeah. Hey,
Dude, what's your karaoke song?
he's got a gift.
yeah.
Hey, what's your set list?
No, I like doing like Queens of the Stone Age. Go with the flow. Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Dude,
Okay,
I got a karaoke bar right around the corner from me, Hidden Tavern. Do you hit that up ever?
Nah.
It's every night, Hidden Tavern and shit.
Yeah.
It's not bad. We should hit that up.
I did KJ at the elbow room for a bit.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Elbow room.
Me and John Abraham, we did it when there was no KJ at that time.
Nice. Yeah, you should do
I
that.
used to do the times I used to go frequent at the elbow room a lot on Tuesdays.
See, I got this PA system. I've been wanting to do a whole like KJ thing, right? Where I go to the bars and I tell them, hey, we're gonna have a KJ. I can just have you do that. You know what I mean? I'll pay you $20. They pay me $100. Nice clean split. You know?
Yeah, I know.
And I just have you, lease the equipment from me. You're renting the equipment from me too.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
coming up. Guess how much it's gonna be? $20.
Yep.
So it's nice and even. Just like
$20.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're getting
next
paid in
level.
all the karaoke you want. You know what I mean? You're the god of karaoke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're doing songs in between motherfuckers and shit. You're calling them
Yes.
gay on stage. You know what I mean?
Wait, why'd they call you
Okay.
gay on the stage, Dell?
Yeah, I haven't gotten to the bottom of that.
Oh, okay.
Because he's gay? I don't know.
Like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a
yeah.
self-hating, he's just a projecting gay man. Classic.
He's a gay man
tales
in
all
the
this
closet.
time.
He can't admit it.
That's
But he-
fucking.
Oh, yeah,
that's
that's
sad,
all.
dog.
And
That's
he's-
honestly real sad, honestly.
He's like, yeah, you don't have a nice
Some grow up.
ass.
Oh, what?
didn't say
That's a lie. Everybody knows that Bob Dell's like one of his nicest features is his fucking ass. Everybody says
Ass.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody calls him
That's
Bob
true.
the Ass Dell.
The ass
Bobby Tubbs.
Yeah, Bob the Dumpster
Bobby
Dell.
dumpster
the Dell the dump truck. Yeah.
Badonkadonk.
Dumpster Dell. Dumpster Dell, dude.
Badonkadonk.
Yeah, BD stands for Badonkadonk Bob.
Bob
Yeah.
Badonkadonk Dell.
Oh, yeah,
Let's say
dude.
it a couple more times. So, dude, that's what I'm saying. I'm really glad because, dude, the extortion with Zach was so fucking smooth, that I'm like, man, I don't see why people just don't start extorting all the time. You know what I mean? It's like, it's the easiest
works,
thing I've
dude.
ever
Fuck it.
done. I told you, and what did I tell you when I was trying to do the extortion earlier, when you had all your goons around you and shit? I was like, man, this is gonna be big for me. All right, your podcast is gonna be big for me, and so far
We're
it's
gonna
only
put you
been
on the
great.
map?
Yeah.
What?
I said we're gonna put you on the map just by
Yeah,
extorting our
yeah,
podcast.
totally. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. One of many, because once I finish up with you guys, I hear Pat's got something brewing like an idiot, so I'm
yeah.
gonna go over there and be like, hey, boss, I hear you got a nice podcast here. You know what I mean? Let's check in.
That's it, dude.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Gotta check in,
You're like,
boss.
have you seen that movie, The Founder?
No. Oh, yeah.
With McDonald's.
Michael Keaton?
Yeah, McDonald's. Yeah, dude, you're gonna be fucking Ray Kroc of podcasts.
Oh, did he go around
Right.
and make people pay fucking money?
Basically, or he just went and just stole and just started making his own thing and then branching off and basically just getting money from people, dude.
Oh my God, America's so cool that way.
Yeah.
Now you can just sell. Yeah, you're gonna sell spots on YouTube or something.
Yeah, really, the best people do rise to the top, and that's what it always is. It's like, yeah, I think the main thing holding me back has been, first off, my friendships. My lack of not extorting people.
Yeah.
Exactly, and just fucking, I don't know, whatever that thing that they call a conscience. You know what I mean? Trying to pretend I
Yeah.
had one of those, right?
Jiminy
Yeah, you
Cricket.
can't do
Yeah,
that,
I just listen to whatever. Oh, dude, have you seen the new Black Mirrors yet? Anybody seen the new Black Mirrors?
No, not yet.
I have not, but I've been seeing a lot of things about like the.
I've been trying to
episodes.
watch the first and second season. I mean, I haven't even catch up to that.
Yeah, so I had this joke. I was thinking about it. So I was like, the first Black Mirror, like concept ever, you know, like well the episode should be like because the whole concept of Black Mirror is like, oh, scary new technology, you know, that creates
Yeah.
you know, terrifying implications, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like I guess the scary technology would be that they invented lube, and this new technology allows you to have sex with a man in his ass. And the whole that's what the whole thing's about. It's like it's like they invent grease for the first time and stuff like that, and everybody's like, oh, this is great for the wheels and all that. It's really cutting down traction. And then like some like, you know, whatever, like some guy is like, wait a second, I put this on my penis and stick it in a man's ass.
That's fun. That's great.
Well, because all the
Greatest
episodes are about being
invention
gay, you know what I mean? They're about
Yeah,
like
dude,
using
just-
technology to be gay with each other. You know?
Yeah, the guy was like
It's like-
fucking his friend, right, on video games and shit.
Yeah, that's like all the episodes are about gay technology. So yeah, it would just be like the invented lube.
Lube tune. My invention is
Or
lube.
like somebody invents like a dildo and like a lesbian can have sex with another lesbian.
And the world just keeps
The
getting
next
even
episode of Black Mirror.
more-
I love that.
Yeah.
That's great, dude. That is
I
great.
thought that was good. I also had another point. Oh, God damn it. The thing's about to die. I'm trying to figure out where I can plug this portion into before it dies on me.
Yeah, there we go. Uh-oh.
Plug this into this over there.
Which one?
Right below you, the little thing. Put that over there. See if it'll. Yeah. This one? This guy, right there, yeah. Right there. Yeah, right there. Any one of those. So what I was noticing, you ever notice like when you watch like period pieces, you know, especially like when people are in the 80s or if they're like in the
Yeah.
70s or like whatever, whenever they're back in time, it's like everybody and every like car or like clothing style is like of that time. There's never like nobody's ever wearing like if you're in the like an 80s movie, there's never like some unfashionable guy like that's still wearing shit from the 60s, you know?
Yeah.
Like, every
that's
person's
funny.
wearing 80s shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's
yeah, like wouldn't there be like a bunch of people that, you know, aren't just wearing
yeah, all the poor kids still wearing shit from the 60s.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or like just old people, like but it's like no, every old person also just has like up to date 80s shit.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're
Like
all hip.
yeah. Or just it's funny because like I just realized like because every movie has like a costume designer, you know, so it's like
Yeah.
that's what they're gonna do. They're not gonna like everybody's got to look like they don't want it to clash in that way unless they're like unless it was like oh this person's like so his clothing style would have to be something that would be commented on, you know, like it would have to be it would have to serve some kind of
Kinda like-
purpose for the show.
Kind of like
Yeah.
that you know, have you seen Mannequin?
No, I haven't. What's it about?
Well, it's an 80s movie about a guy who is fascinated with a mannequin, and that mannequin turns to life. And then
Sounds like a hit.
yeah, but he has there was a black gay fashion designer. His name's Hollywood, and his catchphrase
What
is
else
like
would his name be?
that's his name's Hollywood.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that.
His
I
name
mean,
might as well have been 8.
And his catchphrase.
any other name, but rose by another name, though. I'm sorry, go on.
I don't know. No, his catchphrase is like, "Oh Hollywood, oh Hollywood."
Oh yes, we should just start calling Duck Easy. Never mind. I'm taking that back. I'm taking that back. Taking that back. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
I don't want that beef. Big U don't need that smoke right now.
Yeah, dude, come on.
Yeah.
He's already been called gay. We don't need him.
Yeah, I know.
anybody.
Yeah. So what were you saying? What about happened with Mannequin? And then is that it? Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty much what the basis of the movie.
Is it a dude mannequin or a girl mannequin?
It's a girl mannequin.
Oh, that's fucking dope. Hell yeah, dog.
I mean, you gotta admit, like, there's some people who are fascination with mannequins, and it's kind of weird. But you know, it's kinda weird.
What do you mean? Like, what would be what's weird about a fascination with mannequins?
I don't know.
You know, people. You know,
You know, it's kind of like it kind of holds the bra together. You know, I don't know, and then they kind of feel their boobs. I don't know.
you think that's what they want to do with the mannequin?
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know. I don't understand. I didn't make a whole movie about it. Some other weirdo did. All right, and that's.
Yeah.
But I want to watch it. I want to look at it. And yeah, Zandy Ramirez in chat. Lots of British lesbian kissing this season. There definitely is. And then I saw I love how Black Mirror, that is one of the themes, is that like one of the evils of technology is that, we might have, more lesbianism or gay stuff and all that, because I don't think they realize that they're saying that. Or maybe that's just what I'm reading into it, but it's like, I thought this was like a horror show, but like, the only good ones are like when they end up gay or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the scariest episode, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Have you seen the one where the two black guys are playing the video game?
Yeah, that's the one that like made me kind of like, I didn't like it kind of after that.
You didn't like it after that?
Yeah, I was like, what is this, dude?
This is like us. They've gone
To
too
bring
far.
down how I feel. Yeah, this is hitting too close to home, dude.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was weird because then it's just like, yeah, I thought it was definitely interesting, the first time I saw it, I was like, I had it wasn't a revulsion of the gayness. It was more of the whole situation, I guess. I don't know. I felt like it was like, oh, they're trying to, this like propaganda or some shit like that and all that kind of stuff. But then, when I maybe re-looked at it like a fucking horror film, or and also just like about like dudes that do like spend most of their time just like on the internet like playing video games with other dudes, and there is like a kind of homoeroticism there that is like unspoken, but I mean,
Yeah,
I would,
for sure, yeah.
but I wouldn't necessarily think it's homoerotic, honestly. But maybe that's the thing. I don't think that male bonding. That's what I think the propaganda was. Is that I don't think that male bonding should be viewed with that whole thing of like, oh, these guys are just secretly gay and they're using this video game to be gay together. It's like that's probably what all guys that play video games together are doing. I thought that was a little bit like, I thought that was. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead, dude.
No, you make your point. A little much, you're saying, or
no, you're right. Yeah, no, I think they're just trying to. I mean, there is kind of an underlying gayness to every male friendship, though, right?
Well, I don't think so necessarily. Like, I don't think that. I think that. I don't think that. Honestly, I really don't. But even though, like, I don't. I think I have like because I'm in comedy, I have like more male friends because if it wasn't for comedy, I don't think I would have a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, honestly, it's weird. It's like if I wasn't in school, I probably, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I get
what you're saying.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and also because, most of the dudes that I am friendly with are kind of like alphas themselves and they like are doing their own thing. You know what I mean? Like, they're like.
No, that makes sense, dude.
Yeah, it's like it only makes sense for us to hang out in the context that we hang out. If we like, we're hanging out behind the scenes, it would be like. It might be a little gay, that's what I'm saying. It's like I kind of had that realization when I was like, hey, let's hang out and do this shit. And it's like, I don't think that it is gay, but I do think that I'm just not built for it. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I don't know what we're supposed to do. Like, I only do this with chicks. So this is like kind of.
Yeah, what is. That's true, dude. That makes sense. You got to hang out with the alphas if you're an alpha.
Yeah, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with like, oh, like if somebody's in a place and they like want to hang out with you, I think that you should definitely do that because maybe they're asking to hang out with you because it's more like for them than for you kind of thing. I don't know. Just like, somebody's making a point about it, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think I got Asperger's. You ever think that, Bob?
I have Asperger's.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So you get along so well.
Yes, we are. We do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What exactly is that?
It's like a mild form of autism.
Yeah. Well,
okay,
it's
that's
like
what I just thought it was.
it's like the like you can actually have you can actually talk to people and have conversations, that sort of thing.
And do karaoke.
Yeah.
But not in peace. But yeah, no, I straight up had one of my bosses at Walmart asked if I had Asperger's or whatever. Like the first time I'd heard of it, and I was like, what? No, I don't think it was the first time I'd heard of it, but I was like, no, I think it might have been, but I was like, what is that? He's like, it's like whatever. I'm like, nah, I don't. It's like, all right, well, you're fired then, because you're fucking, if you're not retarded, you're just an asshole. Well, Nick, thank you so much for calling in, boss man. Anything to plug besides the, what do you got coming up besides the show for tomorrow? Which I should have been plugging this whole time, guys. We got a show tomorrow. It's at the Black
Yeah,
Diamond
420.
Dispensary. So
That's
far,
right.
15 tickets have already been reserved. You know what I mean?
Nice.
And then people are already going to be coming through as well. So
We got a lot of
pretty
people
excited.
coming.
There's going to be free. Supposedly, they're going to be making popcorn and giving out for free with like weed butter and shit, or not weed butter, but you
Fuck
know what I
yeah.
mean? Like whatever they call that legal shit. Can of
Yeah.
Can of butter.
THCA shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's not going to be.
Fuck.
There's nothing illegal going on. All right.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
Maybe.
Shut up. No. Yeah, it's all. No, yeah, I know. It's because I just want because I hate. They always gotta be weird about that fucking shit. Apparently, like Facebook, I can't even tag 420. They like took that tag away or something
Really?
like that. Yeah, it was weird. Because I just reposted this shit with all the hashtags, and 420 was the only one that was like, "Oh, we can't put that on there." I'm like, "That's weird." So I don't know. Either way, they are weird about that shit, but it's that legal shit. And man, if Trump takes away, or any of these fucking Republicans take away that shit, I don't know, man. It might be the last straw. You know, it might be the
Abbott.
last straw
Yeah.
for
Push me over
Alonzo.
the edge.
Greg Abbott's gonna deal with a lot of the THC products
Since when? When do you say that?
this year. I mean, what's the lieutenant governor just
That piece of
announced
shit.
about that.
Yeah, but he's a piece
Yeah,
of shit.
Pat Donnelly. He actually
You know what?
went on there and he said that he's going to ban
Let me see Pat
THC
Donnelly.
products.
Because I've been meaning to say this on this podcast. This piece of shit looks retarded too. Like he was. What does he look?
He's such
Donnelly?
a hack, dude.
He's the lieutenant governor of Texas. There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah, there you
Let's
go.
see. Yeah. You know what the funniest shit about this guy is?
Dan
That
Patrick.
isn't even his real name. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah,
Let me see.
Dan Patrick. Yeah,
Lieutenant governor. Yeah, Dan Patrick. That ain't even
Dan
his real
Patrick,
name.
yeah.
He changed his name like fucking a shitload of times. I got to the bottom of this on the fucking On Wax podcast, I think, with Danny Boy's Himco. Let me see. Dan Patrick. Yeah, let me see. Where's this piece of shit? Where's
There
about?
you go,
Yeah.
there.
So, and also let me pull this shit up on the screen for the good people. And let me take this off real quick.
Texas Public Schools and hemp location map.
Yeah, this piece of cocksucker. Let me see.
All right, we're gonna.
Dan Patrick is first elected governor. Let me see. Lieutenant Patrick Lee. Let me see. Lieutenant. Where does it talk about him fucking changing his goddamn name?
Yeah, go to our show tomorrow before he busts this place.
Let me see. Piece of shit. Let me see. So what is his name? Dan Patrick?
Dan Patrick. Yeah.
Dan Patrick name change.
What did I
There we
s-
go.
What did I say?
Why
Pat,
did Dan Patrick change his name?
why did I say Pat Donnelly? I don't know why.
Because who gives a fuck about him? That's why. This is the only thing that's going to get anybody talking about him. And sorry for the RFK thing on there. This goddamn stream deck. Turn the fuck off. There you go.
No, it's
All right, let me see.
Danny Scott Goib.
Yeah, what was he born? Danny Goib Patrick. What's his name now?
Dan Patrick.
No, he's born. Okay, Dan Scott Goib.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan Scott Goib changed his. What the fuck is Goib? That's such a shitty name. Danny
German or
Scott
something.
Goib. All right, and then he changed his name to what is it now? Dan Patrick.
Yes.
What a piece of shit.
He is a piece of shit.
What a piece of shit. Let me see.
We can't have anything fun in this state. We can't have an abortion. Pornhub's banned, and now we're gonna ban anything that has marijuana. Come on.
I don't know. Well, I'm just saying that this piece of shit changed his name twice. All right, and
That's
any man that
suspicious.
changes his name twice is putting out some Diddy vibes, if you ask me. All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
one name change is acceptable. Like even fucking Gigi Allen, he was born fucking Jesus Christ or whatever because his parents are
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
weird,
Yeah.
right?
Middle name Jesus Christ Allen. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
You know, so it makes sense that he would change that. You know, every kid gets a fucking mulligan on what the fuck retarded name their parents give them. But when you keep on, when you keep on doing it, though, you know, it's a sign of weakness, in my opinion. It's a
Yeah.
sign of a man that doesn't
Yeah.
understand himself, doesn't
Doesn't know who they are.
Yeah, doesn't know who they are, and also
Yeah.
is ashamed of themselves and is ashamed of their past. And actually, we're all fucking there.
Yeah.
You know, we've all been ashamed of our fucking past and all that. We've all changed our name. Believe it or not, my name is not really Alonzo Cantu. It's actually Danny Goib Patrick. So, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Everybody gets one. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm gonna pick a better name than this. This is a shitty name, but
My real name is Roberto Elizondo Shogenfreud.
What the fuck? That's a
Oh.
good one, dude. You shouldn't have changed that one. I would have kept that one all
Yeah,
day.
Sugar
The
Flame, yeah.
Asperger's came out of that one.
You know what? Now I'm trying to think. Maybe I need to change my name to that.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, I think it really be opening doors for me in my extortion business. You know, who's going to even spell that in a police report? Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that's
cops are going to
true.
be like, oh, I don't even want to take this. Just fucking, just pay him the money, please. Just give him the podcast.
Yeah, it's only $100 and $20 for the other guy. Just pay it.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm you know, renting out the equipment for the $20, which is such a steal that it's like you're almost losing money. You know, you find another place that's going to rent you a PA system for $20, and that's, you know,
No, yeah, that's true. That's a steal.
that's what I'm saying. Do you hear about the direwolf shit?
No.
Yes. Fuck.
Yeah, so they apparently brought direwolves back from the dead, which is cool.
How?
Yeah, direwolves back from extinction. You didn't hear about that? You ever
wild.
seen Game
No.
of Thrones?
Dude, that's wild, bro. I mean, you can actually they did it out of like bone DNA.
Well, I would assume so.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me see. How did the direwolf come back? Scientists claim to have brought back the direwolf through a process called de-extinction.
The extinction.
Very scientific.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm following so far. You know,
Yeah.
it's times like these when I'm like, maybe I could be a scientist. At least part of the naming section, at least.
Dude, scientists
Using ancient DNA and gene editing technology. They extracted DNA from direwolf fossils, sequenced it, then used this information to edit the genome of gray wolves, inserting the direwolf genes at 20 specific locations. The resulting pups, who are essentially hybrid animals with 99.9% gray wolf genome, were born of surrogate domestic dogs. Here's a more detailed breakdown. The DNA extraction and sequencing, let me see. The scientists extracted direwolf DNA from direwolf fossils, some dating back to 72,000 years. And then they sequenced the genome.
Yeah.
Genome
That's
editing.
crazy.
Yeah.
Genome.
Do you believe any of this shit? Do you think they really did this or what? I think they just made a weird wolf.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Let me
It's
see.
not like exactly a direwolf, but it does have direwolf DNA, so it's pretty much like a hybrid. But like they're thinking about doing that with the woolly mammoth because they have a
So it's kind of like the ship
is how
of
we get Jurassic
Theseus. You
Park.
ever heard of that paradox, the ship of Theseus?
nah.
Yeah, I heard about it, and every time I get a chance, I want to bring it up so I sound smart. But it's basically the ship of Theseus paradox. Basically, it's like if you got a ship that's like so there's like this famous ship, right?
Yeah.
It's in this museum, and every year, you know, an old ass ship from like back in the medieval times is going to need to get some like repairs, right? And so every year, like they're repairing a piece of the ship, you know.
Yeah.
At some point, the ship is completely, you know what I mean, just a different ship. You know what I mean? Is it still
Right.
the same ship or is it some new kind of ship? You know what I mean? If you keep repairing something until the entirety of it is something new than what it once was, you know?
Yeah.
Like how much of like before a person gets cyborg parts till they become, you
A
know, more
ship.
man than machine, you know? Yeah.
Like a transformers of ships.
Yeah, I don't know. Same thing with this whole like, are these dire wolves or is this a whole new third thing? You know, they're not wolves, they're not dire wolves.
yeah.
Are they now
Yeah.
like a, you know,
Totally different thing.
yeah, a whole new
It's a
third
different
thing.
breed.
It's interesting though.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I don't know, it's interesting. And also, why the fuck are we doing this?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know,
That's
dude.
pretty,
I think there's a theory of like bringing back all these like ice age animals to prevent global warming,
Prevent global warming. What do you mean?
to prevent like climate change to happen. That's what
Bring back the extinct ice age animals? Prevent
Yes.
global warming?
I don't. Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
how do you think that? Well, it's like, what's the theory?
I don't.
Trust me, I'm all
don't
for these kinds
know,
of theories.
because
I just want to subscribe to
That's
it.
what
so yeah.
That's what I've been reading about, and
Yeah.
like
Let's look it up.
maybe not.
Let me see.
I don't know.
All right,
Because
Jamie, pull that.
they've been trying to bring back the woolly mammoth because they got a baby mammoth that's well preserved. You know.
Let me see. Can bringing back mammoths help stop climate change?
Yeah.
Scientists say creating hybrids of extinct beasts could fix the Arctic tundra and stop greenhouse gas emissions. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So what, they're going to try to repopulate the Antarctic?
I think that's what they're trying to do, dude. I mean, I don't know how that's going to work out, but
How is that going to help them if it's already melting and you're just going to strand some fucking poor animals? You know what I mean? It's like also,
I don't even know
how would they even have the instincts to know how to fucking like, I guess, I don't know. It's so interesting just to assume that they would have the instincts to live, you know, at the same time. I don't know. Maybe that's interesting.
Siberia is just like, there's no ice in Siberia.
How about we like release cloned animals into the wilderness and seeing if they like actually adapt? That'd be very funny. Let me see. Let me see. Come on, talk somebody. Let me see. Unfortunately, both mammoth and most of the mammoth steppe ecosystem today have long but disappeared. But a group of geneticists from Harvard are hoping to change this by cloning a living elephant cells that contain small components. Let me see. Arctic lands are covered by areas of ground known as permafrost and have been frozen since the Pleistocene. All right, there you go. Permafrost contains vast amounts of carbon from dead plant life that is locked away by extreme cold temperatures. The amount of carbon in these frozen stores is estimated to be twice as much as that currently in the atmosphere. If it thaws out, the microbes will break down soil organic material to release carbon dioxide and methane into the atmosphere. Is that a good thing? As a result, permafrost and the associated carbon pools have been linked to sleeping giants in our climate system. If they wake up, the resulting greenhouse gas emissions will raise global temperatures even further than currently projected, causing even greater global climate change, a process known as positive feedback. All right, let me see. That sounds stupid.
I don't know. I don't know.
Let me see. It's whoever came up with that probably came up with de-extinction too. Let me see. So this is where our shaggy friends come in. Mammoths and other large herbivores they might eat it, I guess. The place continually trampled mosses and shrubs, uprooted trees to disturb the landscape. In this way, they inadvertently acted as natural bioengineers, maintaining highly productive steppe landscapes full of grasses, herbs, and no trees.
Yeah.
Bringing mammoth-like creatures back to the tundra, in theory, help recreate the steppe ecosystem more widely because grass absorbs less sunlight than trees. This would cause the ground to absorb less heat and in turn keep the carbon pools and their greenhouse gases in the ice for longer. Large numbers of animals would also trample snow cover, stopping it from acting like an insulation for the ground, allowing the permafrost to feel the effects of the bitter Arctic winters. Again, this would in theory keep the ground colder for longer. All right, so basically, from what I gathered,
I don't know.
the form of mammoth de-extinction and reintroduction could therefore promote grasslands and simultaneously slow the thawing of these frozen soils.
Why could they just bring back the woolly mammoth?
I think that's what they're trying to do.
But I mean, why the dire wolf first? That's
probably because maybe it's that's a great question. Maybe the gestation time for fucking wolves is slower than mammoths, and if they can do it with the dire wolf, then they can probably like do it with mammoths. You know?
Yeah.
And maybe like I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm just guessing. You know what I mean? It's probably easier to get a hold. Man, I don't know. That's a great question, honestly. But also, it sounds like they're trying to get as many animals as they can over there to like trample down this Arctic shit. Which is so interesting that this is the first time I'm hearing of why we're cloning these animals. Which I'm glad that we have a reason for something. It sounds like, I don't know. Or I think they just made this up so they could have an excuse to clone a woolly mammoth, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's like, in theory, this will... But because I'm wondering, like, wait a second, but it says it's going to... I don't know. It just sounds like it's creating more carbon emissions if you're going to, like, create more animals over there. But I don't know. It's...
I mean,
I'm not a scientist.
I would assume like mammoth would probably die if it's in 95-degree temperatures if in the summer as well, you know? Because I mean,
yeah, well, we'll find that out after a couple, we'll figure it out once we send a couple of them down there, you know?
Yeah, why not?
That's what science is about.
Pretty much.
Sending animals into weird places and seeing if they live.
Yeah.
That's what I would totally be that part of the scientist. I would have been the guy that's like, let's put a dog in that spaceship. You know, send him out, send him out there, and let's
put a dog on Mars, dude.
Yeah, that's why I had this whole joke about you know, I could definitely like maybe I couldn't be an astronaut now, but I could have definitely been the first astronaut because the first astronaut was like a dog or a monkey, like or at least the first
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 were like animals. I'm like, oh, I could have totally been one of them, you know? Like
Yep.
I don't see why.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. I
Yeah.
don't see why I couldn't. That would be so shitty if like if I was like trying to get the job and like, no, we're gonna go with Lassie. You know,
Yeah.
she does have.
Well, they
she's-
used to put like dogs and monkeys into space before they put humans in there.
Interesting, Bob. I never heard that before.
Yeah. Yeah, like the Russians put a dog in space, and then like before any man can do it. But yeah,
He said interesting stuff. I've never heard that.
look,
Go on.
That's-
no, they put a dog in space. The first,
I love
the
you
first,
guys.
that's the first thing they put in space was a dog.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Don't you think that with those with those shitty qualifications, even you could have been the first astronaut?
Nah.
No, you think the dog could have fucking beaten you out for being first astronaut? If it was between you and the dog, you think the dog would have passed the test?
Oh, that's so funny.
Probably. A dog would probably fly more into space than I can. I mean,
Oh,
dogs are
that's
made
great.
I think dogs are made for space, to be honest.
Dogs are made for space. Yeah, honestly, yeah. I mean, yeah. They
That
should.
was
They
good.
probably could have brought a dog onto the space shuttle and had him like run across. Like he could have gone over more land. I guess. You know what, Bob? I like. See, you have been part of my division of how we can get dogs into space more. You know how we get more animals into space.
I know.
I want to make a little spacesuit for a parakeet. I think that'd be so cute.
Yeah.
Ethan Martinez, the dogs were out in full force. Oh yeah. Omar Jimenez, her name was Laika, Laika, Laika or Laika. I don't know. Oh, we got Ethan Martinez calling in. 1 second, I'm going to hold and accept and then merge the calls.
Later.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Ethan? Oh, god damn it! It always happens like this. Hey, what's up, Ethan?
What's up, player? How you guys doing?
Dude.
Chilling. We're having fun.
Oh, dude.
Not doing much. What are you up to?
Long time listener, first time caller. Just fucking cleaning my apartment out here. It's good.
You've called before when we were doing the weight loss thing that you beat Drew at.
Why you gotta make that public now? Why you gotta
What are you
why you
talking
gotta call
about?
me out like that?
I thought I said that you toppled
previously.
Drew. You know, you like lost all that weight, and fucking Drew was left a shell of him former self. You know, only further
Isn't
to
that crazy
retreat
he
into
just
his
kinda gave up?
character. What? Well,
Isn't
because
that crazy? He just kind of gave up.
crazy, no. Predictable, yes. You know, because
Yeah.
yeah. First off, it was an all out frontal affair. You know, he was just coming at it like a competitor, like a fool, if you ask me. You know, you came to the god Alonzo Cantu, and then I made it. There's a full propaganda campaign. You had radio on your side. You had the music industry on your side. You know what I mean? Constant social media. You know, all these kinds of things, all these factors. You know, against one man. You know, and you know, it was an inevitability that he would succumb to the pressure. And, you know, I'm very proud of that. I'll never apologize for winning. Okay. Yeah. So Mr. Ethan Martinez, how you been? What's been new with you? You've yelled at anybody yet? Me and Bob we're constantly getting into scrapes and stuff, yelling at people and almost throwing blows, but then realizing that we're the bigger men and walking away.
Yep.
It's very big. It's actually more impressive than getting into a fight is thinking about getting into a fight and then sparing their life and walking away because you're the bigger man, which I do constantly.
Yep.
I save so many lives by just constantly not killing people.
Nope.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't have to go to jail either.
I live in Austin now, so I'm that's my experience daily, if not every hour. Really, this place is a hellhole.
Hey, dude, Bobby, I owe you $20. You said that Ethan wasn't gonna be able to talk for 5 minutes without mentioning that he lived in Austin, and he
God damn it, dude.
he just totally mentioned it right now. I owe you $20. Fuck. All right, go on. I'm sorry, Ethan Austin. Sorry, Austin Martinez.
It's cool out here. I like it
You're
a
in
lot.
Austin.
What?
Austin now?
The other day, I gave Maria Bamford the wrong directions to her hotel. That was pretty embarrassing.
Oh, that's
That's
dope.
pretty cool.
Oh, that's not embarrassing.
That's good because now she's gonna remember you.
Yeah.
She's gonna be, oh,
You'd be
that,
like, oh,
that
you
piece
fucking
of
asshole. I'm
prick.
like,
Yeah,
yeah.
totally. And you just tell her it was a bit. You're like, oh, I thought that you would think it was funny. You have an off-kiltered
improv it.
sense of humor.
Yeah.
And then she'll be like, then she's like telling radio shows about you. The first time I met Ethan Martinez, he played a prank on me by giving me the wrong directions. I ended up getting mugged by 2 different homeless people. But I realized that he was a comedic genius, and I wanted him to open up for me on my show. Maria
Now?
Bamford.
Yeah.
I'm Maria Bamford. I'm sorry. So apparently HEB is giving out free groceries for a year. So I looked into that because I was like, that sounds good. I could probably extort somebody out of that, right? Because I don't know if you know, Ethan, I've gotten into my extortion business recently.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you very much.
I felt like you'd be going down.
Yeah, it's good because I saw this whole documentary on Big U and shit. It's just this like black guy that lived in LA and he like would just like intimidate his friends and family into giving him money and shit. And I was like, holy shit, I didn't know you could do that. So basically that's what I've been doing. So far I got a podcast now, the Hello, whatever it's called. That's me now. Me and Zach, and it's pretty good. It's like I'm feeling pretty good about myself. Everybody seems to be just going along with it. Haven't had a lot of pushback yet, and so I don't see a lot coming in the future. You know, usually the first extortion is the hardest extortion, is what I hear. And this one was pretty smooth. You know, so if it got any smoother, it might even scare me at how good I am at my criminal underworld. You want to buy some meth? I'm thinking about branching off into that. Apparently it's lucrative, you know, easy to make, and I know a bunch of Mexicans that sell it.
Just maybe sell fentanyl.
I'm sorry, I think you're breaking up. You can't order it right now, but yes. What the fuck?
I have no service.
What?
All right, Darth Vader.
You're breaking up, man. Are you there?
God damn it.
He got cut off.
Don't you hate when technology wants to be a piece of shit? That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't put your phone on speaker, that's for sure.
Yeah. Let me see if I can get Ethan back on.
Maybe he's in his car.
Is your phone still fucked up? Holy shit, it's like your phone's got the hiccups. What's going on there?
Are you in your car?
Dude.
Sir.
This is horrible. Ethan, you're embarrassing us and ruining the show.
I apologize, man.
No worries. I'm glad you're back. So like I was saying, HEB is giving away free groceries for a year, and it turns out that you just get $7,000 in gift cards.
Whoa.
Isn't that bullshit?
That is bullshit, dude.
Yeah, dog. I spent $7,000 in ground turkey a week. You know what I mean?
Right.
How's that a year's worth of groceries and shit? It's what I call false advertising, and HEB should be called fucking her infernal
buttocks.
Buttocks. That's right. That's right. We're knocking it out. We're making it happen. Fuck yeah. And Mammoths, I hope Mammoths fucking save the world. Wouldn't that be so good if we had a Jurassic Park scenario, but it was good?
It was Mammoths only.
Okay, so Bob, are you looking at this right quick? All right, check this out. There's a fucking temple, right? And it's I want to bring this up real quick.
Sick, dude.
I'm gonna put this up for the audience. So actually, let me change this over here. So I know you can't see this, Ethan, and I'm sorry, but you can look back.
Oh yeah.
And you can tell your friends and family. But there's this dope ass temple in Thailand, I think is what it said.
Holy
and
shit, look at that.
Yeah, in Thailand, and basically it's like really tall, and it's wrapped around with this giant snake. Like one of those dope, I'm a fucking retard. It's a fucking dragon, but one of those like dragon snake things, where it's like one of the snake style dragons, you know, where its body's like a fucking serpent, you know, but its head's like a dragon, Chinese dragon. There you go. But it's Thailand, so it's a Thailand dragon. But yeah, dude, it's so fucking sick, and I'm putting it on the screen right now, and I just wanted everybody to see that. I really have no take on it except for whatever that religion is. I definitely want to worship
Buddhist?
it, you know. I don't know what the Thai, believe in, but I would totally like. I don't know. We should take that over and just make that the Christian church. Our Christian churches should have dope ass dragons on there too, or I don't know. It's weird. Or maybe we can even make it a better kind of cryptid than the dragon. But I like this idea of dragons and religious iconography or
Well,
iconography.
I like
They're Buddhists.
Jesus Christ, Ethan, what's wrong with your phone?
Hey,
I know you're saying
Ethan.
hilarious shit, and now I feel like I'm getting like blue balled by your phone.
I'm gonna let you guys go. I gotta make coffee and get my mic clean. I just want to say hi to you boys.
It's all good. I love you.
Yeah,
All right. Have a
and
great
I'll
one.
see y'all soon. All
See
right.
you later.
It's fine. It's all
Bye.
good. All right, I love you. All right, let's see.
They're Buddhist.
Okay,
Thai people are-
15,600 a year's worth of groceries could easily be 20,000. What's 300 times 52? What is 300 times 52?
How much
is that? Oh, it's 15,600.
How
A
much
year's
is
worth of
it?
groceries. Yeah. So what?
How much is HEB paying for groceries?
So you get 7,000 in gift cards. One second, let me go back to here because I want you guys to see Bub's face. Fucking, he's all like, he's perplexed. 7,000.
Okay.
That's bullshit, right? Because
What's
Andy just
bullshit?
did the
what's
fucking.
what's so bullshit about that? Because he
What are you talking about? How much you pay in groceries a
just
week?
less than 200. I mean,
200 a week in groceries?
no, a month. Because monthly.
You pay $200 a month in groceries?
Well, I mean, everything I need. Yeah. I mean, when I go to the grocery store.
$200 a month. That's crazy. Let me see. How much is that
What
a
do you
week? $50?
Well,
No, what is that, right? 50. That's 150, 50. Yeah, $50 a week. What do you buy at the grocery store?
I mean,
I'm going to write this down. I need to cut my fucking costs down. What do you buy at the grocery store?
because I mean, I only go to the grocery store like twice a month. So yeah, that's about
What do you
150. About like 150, like in twice a month.
But what do you buy?
Like milk, eggs, juice,
Eggs, juice, all right.
bacon, sausage. I mean, chorizo,
Chorizo.
tortillas, and bread.
Is like a loaf of bread?
Huh?
Like a loaf of bread?
Yeah.
All right. What else do you get?
I gotta get veggies, so lettuce, tomatoes,
All right.
mushrooms,
Uh-huh.
fruits like oranges, strawberries.
And how much you reckon this cost you?
I'd say about nearly $99.
Right here? And then this lasts you for how long? 2 weeks?
Yeah. I don't know, and I mean other stuff I need. I mean, if I need toilet paper,
I guarantee you're paying more than two. But I mean, actually, I can't guarantee it. You might see. You know what, Bob? You fucking handle your money way better than I do because I'd be buying frivolous things.
well, what do you buy?
Fucking, I don't know. Apparently, like too much fucking shit. I've been barely buying fucking ground turkey and eggs and shit. People know I don't buy food. Like I buy bottles of water, ground turkey, eggs, about $100 worth of liquor, coffee.
$100 worth of liquor?
What?
Fuck.
Well, what are you talking about? No, I'm just teasing. That was a joke, but you know.
Damn, you're not.
Yeah. But yeah, just I don't really buy food. That's the thing. But let me see. What's chat saying? I bought $28 of wet cat food to last 2 weeks. How many eggs, Bob? Yeah, how many eggs do you buy when you go into? That's what I'm saying. He's saying that he spends $200 a month on groceries. That doesn't make any sense, but maybe it does.
I mean,
how much do you guys
maybe
spend a
more
month
than
on
that.
groceries? Chat. I see people in the chat. How much fucking money do you spend on groceries? 'Cause I've been trying to get my finances together because I am fucked on my finances, and they keep on giving me credit cards, you know, and for some reason I keep on filling them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just buying a whole bunch of coffee.
I have two people that live with me, so I mean, they're the ones that split the groceries. Who buys the groceries and that?
Do you buy takeout?
Yeah.
All right. I guess that wouldn't be considered groceries, though.
It's
What do you
not
consider
groceries.
that?
Eating out.
Do you have like a budget?
Yeah. Sometimes.
What's your budget? Like, how does that work out? I mean, you don't got to get
don't
into your
really have a-
finances, but like, do you like, but like, how does that work?
I don't really have a budget, to be honest.
You don't? Yeah, Zandy in the chat. Do you have a budget? I feel like she does because she always has like notebooks and shit. I feel like she's always going over things. But if you got a budget, say if you do in the chat. I know this is a great, hilarious fucking podcast, but I got to figure this shit out. I got to stop buying W.C. Fields velvet paintings and shit because 2's enough, you know, but I got another one on the way and I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, they look great, you know,
Let's
but
see, I buy pasta sauce and
what kind of pasta do you like?
I don't know.
What kind of pasta sauce do you go for? Do you just go for straight red? Do you go for like cream or?
I go for like the Classico or like the Barilla.
There's like a red sauce, or do you ever go for like the pink sauce or
the red sauce?
Yeah, you only got Alfredo.
I like Alfredo, but I mean, I like authentic Alfredo.
Dude, next time you come on, remember last time we just did a me and you show and had the sandwiches and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to do that again. Would you be opposed to that? If every time we come through, I got a big ass sandwich?
Bring a sandwich, bro.
That's what I'm talking about. I think that's going to be the new thing. I want to make sure that I got a sandwich every time that I just do a me and Bob episode because these are some of my favorite ones. You're one of my favorite co-hosts, honestly. I never say that in front of John or Sam because, you know, I don't want to hurt their feelings, but, you know, this is what the show always should have been. You know, me and you, me and Bob. Bob. It should be called Bob and Alonzo First Impressions, if you ask me. Yeah, I like that. Like Bob, and people might be confused and think Bob and Tom have a new show, and Tom just died, and I'm like the new Tom.
Man, I love it.
We just call our show Bob and Tom. And people would just be like, "Wow, I never knew that they sounded so different on video."
Tom and Bob. But I don't know.
Oh, that's gross.
That sounds relatable.
Mm-hmm. Swallow that loogie. Let me see. Excel spreadsheet. Destroy the credit card demons. Does Bob buy takeout? He does. So what's your kind of takeout? What's your go-to fast food? Or maybe not fast food. What do you buy when you go out? You know, I know you always be buying stuff at the bars. If they have a food item there, you usually get something.
Yeah, but I don't know. I like to take out Chinese food or I don't know. Subway.
Subway?
Yeah.
I feel like Subway is such a fucking shitty waste of money for a sandwich. Like if you're gonna get it, like, but trust me.
Yeah.
I still eat at Subway more than I care to admit, you know, because it's in that proper price range kind of thing. You know what I mean? But I almost think if you're going to buy Subway, you should just go to HEB, you know what I mean, and have them carve you up some shit, buy the bread there, you know, just kind of make it yourself. But I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah. I mean, Subway's like the go-to if you're hungry and you're in a budget and that sort of thing, you know.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree. So
their tuna's good.
What?
I still like their tuna.
Oh yeah, no, I really don't eat tuna, but I maybe should get into eating tuna. I don't know. I'm not a big fish guy. Oh my god, I heard the most depressing shit about shrimps recently.
What?
Fuck. So let me see. Let me pull it up real quick.
What's depressing about shrimp? Because I love shrimp.
I love shrimp too, but I don't know if I can eat it no more.
Why?
So basically, what they do, like shrimp farmers, they take the female shrimp and they like break off their eye stalks. You know what I mean? Like they cut off their eyes because it increases reproduction in the shrimps and stuff. So like all the shrimp, I guess female shrimp are blind and they're just getting fucked. You know what I mean? You know, I guess so. I don't know. They say it like changes the hormone production or whatever. I'm like, or maybe it's just easier to fucking hold them down or something. I don't know, but it's called.
They can fuck her. They can fuck easily.
I would assume, you know, in the animal kingdom, if something was blind, that would be easier to. But they say it's something about hormones and it like tricks them into whatever. I'm like, that sounds like some fucking hoodoo nonsense to me.
Well, that's like farm raised shrimp.
Yeah, but here, so just you guys know that I'm not fucking pulling your leg. It's called eye stalk ablation. They have a great name for it. See, that's what I'm saying. That's the kind of name that we need for the de-evolution of animals. Some kind of word like ablation, as opposed to eye stalk cutting the fuck off of. You know, it's called ablation because it actually sounds better than what they are doing. Do you want to pull it up online? You want to watch that? Because apparently you can see people doing it on YouTube, and I didn't think I wanted to see it, but you know, this podcast is kind of stinking it up right now. We had some good moments before, but I am dropping the ball right now, and I need to take care of it with some fucking shrimp torture. Let's see.
Oh.
The eye stalks
poor
of female shrimp are often removed. Let's see. Of course, there's going to be an ad. Pieces of shit. That's what I do love about this thing is that I can knock off things and then I can turn on the sound when I want to. Of course, it's going to be some fucking.
Oh, this is like somewhere in Bangladesh. Oh, there we go. Oh, poor shrimpy.
Oh my lord!
Ow!
Those things are fucking huge.
Ow!
What the fuck? Oh, they just take off one of the eyes?
Yeah. This is gonna be Bangladesh.
Yeah, they're so happy about it too. What fucking weirdos? I guess you'd have to be, you know.
Yeah.
Dude, these guys are fucking like mafia hitmen. Ew.
Mafia hitman shit. Yeah, cool.
All right, so Zandy in chat says shrimp's eye stalks contain a gland that produces hormones that influence reproduction.
Yes.
The industry claims that removing the female's shrimp eye stalks makes her mature faster and release more eggs. All right, that's interesting. Could have done without learning that. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I found out, so I figured everybody else had to know now because I'm fucking. But also, I guess I feel a little bit better because I thought that they removed both of their eyes. Like, I know that it's like not better that we're like mutilating the animal just a little bit to make them like, you know, more like productive. I was like, literally when I saw that, I was like, oh shit, dude. Like, heaven's like. What I think is like we definitely are like I don't know, we're living in some kind of simulation and shit, and the way we treat animals is like I don't know, it's just weird. It seems like we have no fucking we should expect no pity if an alien comes down into our fucking civilization and just starts poking our eyes out, you know what I mean, and just doing shit because we are fucking cocksuckers to animals. And also, who fucking figured this out? That was like who was the weirdo that was chopping off? Obviously an Indian guy that looked like this. It was like, man, these I figured I was actually reading the article. Apparently there was like some shrimp container or whatever, like some shrimp tank had like a whirlpool thing, and it was like causing shrimp to like lose their eyes. But then they noticed that they were like producing more or something. They're like, oh shit, we should just do that ourselves, something like that. Yeah, I think we got the fucking long and short of it. That was pretty rocky.
I mean, we eat lobster and it's lived and boiled. I mean,
dude, yeah. Well, we're
boiling it. That's alive. I mean, that's kind of is pretty bad.
I think, that is really bad. I mean, well, that was the wrong sound effect. It probably should have sounded like this. But either way, I don't care. My fingers can only go so far right now.
I think it's because like they're invertebrates and they don't bleed. So.
Red Lobster is the devil. Yeah, Red Lobster is probably some kind of circle of hell for crustaceans. You know, for living organisms, you know.
Remember they used to have live lobsters on display at grocery stores?
Yeah, I do remember that. I feel like they probably still do that.
I don't see that. I don't see that anymore at HEB.
Well, not at HEB, but maybe like Central Market or something. I don't know. Like maybe more like a fancier place.
No, not even Whole Foods. No.
Let me look that up. Is that a thing? Has anybody seen like lobsters or any kind of live fish, or is that a thing of the past now? Let's take a look.
Maybe go to those Chinese markets. They'll probably
one of those wet markets. Do any what would we call it? Like chain grocery stores?
Grocery stores have live lobster.
Have live lobsters. Let's see, because I know some restaurants do that. You know, some restaurants like have the lobsters in house. You know, which I mean, I hated that as a kid, and I guess I still hate it. Like I don't know. I've heard that like when they kill the lobster, they like take it and like put it in front of like the steam, and it like fucking kills them or something like that, or knocks them out. I don't know. But I mean, it's just something that they. Yeah, I don't know.
The stores that no longer sell live lobsters, Safeway, Rally's, Whole Foods, have discontinued selling live lobsters due to concerns about humane treatment and quality of life for the animal.
Let me see. Some still do, particularly at higher end stores and those with a strong seafood presence. Walmart was once known for its lobster tanks, also stopped selling. So Walmart doesn't do it anymore, but some of them do. Let me see. Stores that no longer sell live lobsters. Stores that may still sell live lobsters. Higher end grocery stores, and according to a strong seafood department. Let me see. All right, a Reddit thread. Let's take a look. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to find a fucking name. So I guess in New England, they do it still. Oh, that's interesting because New England's such a big lobster place. So there's probably a whole like.
Their lobsters are good. Their seafood's amazing, dude.
In New England?
Yes.
You been over there?
I wasn't. Yeah, I've been to Connecticut.
How do you go there a lot or what?
It's been a long time. It's been a long time, but no, it's been a while.
New Jersey seems like more of an East Coast thing where like seafood is just like so abundant over there and stuff. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's see.
I was at a Red Lobster last year, and they had a lobster tank.
Oh, so apparently some Zandy knew some chick that worked at Red Lobster, saying that they boil the crap out of them alive, and she's Polish. So like, what do I expect? That's crazy. So like, yeah, I guess at Red Lobster. Oh, I mean, I guess that makes sense because the more that's like, oh wow, that makes so much fucking sense. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, like if you're just making it at like your house, you like figure out the most humane way to kill a lobster. But if you're working at like Red Lobster and you're some shitty ass fucking, you know what I mean? It's like I'm at my fucking teenager. You know what I mean? Like I'm just gonna throw the fucking lobster right in the pot.
In the pot.
Yeah, that is a little bit wild. I mean, I don't really eat lobster, but
I love lobster.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably mostly because I'm broke as fuck. You know what I mean? I don't think it's an ethical reason that I don't eat lobster. I think it's more of a that I'm a broke ass. But I mean, I like crab, dude. How is crab killed? Did they also boil crab alive?
I don't think so. Man, I don't know, maybe.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they boil all these fuckers alive. Yes, crabs are also boiled alive, although there are different opinions whether this is a humane practice. The primary reason for cooking crabs alive is to ensure their freshness, as dead crabs spoil rapidly. Some believe it's a more humane way to kill them quickly. Others find it cruel, citing concerns about pain and suffering. What's the humane way to kill crabs? Let's look that up.
Smash them,
right? Recommended crab euthanasia protocol. Wow. Spiking can be used as an effective first step to humanely euthanizing brachion crabs. A two-step euthanasia highly recommended. Let me see. How do you kill it? How do you cook crab humanely? Let's look at that.
Drop it in boiling water for 8 minutes.
Of course, is depending on the size of the crab. Once you've killed it humanely. How do you kill it humanely?
Oh yeah,
they say what are the options for humanely immobilizing and killing crabs? 1 second, I got to pull this up on fucking the screen. This is hilarious. So it says
the same thing with crawfish. That's what I thought about that.
This is pretty fucking wild. So it says you inject it with fucking Zazzolene, ketamine. So yeah, you shoot the crab up with ketamine.
Nice.
And you paralyze it, and then you paralyze them and then bathe the trip in clove oil. What the fuck?
Oh shit.
Why would you shoot? Honestly, I would want to eat a crab that was shot with ketamine. That sounds delicious and dope.
Be like Elon Musk.
Dude, I want a ketamine crab so bad now. That sounds so fucking delicious. And relaxing.
Dude, after reading this, I want to go to a crawfish boil.
A little bit, yeah. So let me see, but is there a way to humanely kill the crab? So far, they haven't. They basically say, after you've humanely killed it, do this. Let me see. How to humanely kill live crab? Please tell me, Google. Spiking
usually sharp.
Yeah, you go on, bub. Thank you.
A thick, pointed pithing instrument, an awl, or a sharp pointed knife to rapidly destroy the ganglia or central nervous system of the crab.
Yeah, so spiking is what they call it. And basically, I guess it's stabbing it right there in the head.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Spiking can be used as an effective first step in humanely euthanizing brachion crabs. I hope I'm saying that right. I'd hate to offend the crab community. A two-step euthanasia is highly recommended to ensure the animal does not experience prolonged suffering. Freezing or air chilling at a very low temperature can be used as a second step with this method, but freezing alone or as a primary method is not considered humane method. Spiking is using a sharp pointed object, e.g. a stick pointed with a pithing instrument, an owl, or a sharp pointed knife, to properly destroy the ganglia or nervous system of the crab, huh? This works specifically for crabs because they have two large nervous centers. And then they show a little crab nervous center. Sorry about that, guys. I want everybody to see the crab nervous center. Look at that. That's interesting.
Fly.
Next time I go to a place, I'm gonna have to ask: was this crab humanely euthanized? and then when the teenager looks at me and goes, I'll go ask the back, and then when they come back and they say no, I'll be like, oh, please, I'll have that still. I don't care, actually. I don't really doesn't really matter.
Was it injected with ketamine?
Yeah. Can you please, that'd be so great if I could request it like it was truffle oil. Can you please inject my crab with ketamine and then boil it alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
I mean, if they injected me with ketamine and boiled me alive, it's probably more than my punk ass deserves.
Yeah.
What I found out that was interesting, speaking of fast food, Bob, we were talking about fast food earlier, and the chat was talking about it. So, Fort Huachuca.
What?
I'll pull it up.
Fort Huachuca.
Yeah.
Soldiers.
So basically, McDonald's created drive-throughs because soldiers weren't able to leave their car in full uniform, when they were like off duty or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sorry about these flies. I got to take care of them with something. But they're going to get a fly swatter or I don't know. Either way, I'm sorry about that. It really says bad things about, but it was probably just getting hot in here. I'm sorry. Long story short, Bob, don't interrupt me with your fly swatting. I'm
trying.
Yeah. It was 50 years ago, and that's where drive-thrus come from because of our military-industrial complex. How do you feel about that?
Makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean, they can't leave their barracks, and they can't leave like the fort. So yeah, they got to get something quick. I mean,
this convenience is only possible because of Sierra Vista entrepreneur. He launched the first McDonald's drive-thru in the country. What is in Sierra Vista? Said Leanne Richards. I'm guessing it's that base.
Yeah.
Why do they have to fucking do it like that? They're really trying to fill out fucking the article. Who would have thought in this little small town in southern Arizona we would have this notoriety? Literally, probably like setting America back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As a country, the drive-through. That is the funny thing is I remember we had like a German foreign exchange student when I was growing up. His name was Andreas. No. His name was no, his name wasn't Andreas. That was the other guy. His name was something else. I forget. I don't give a fuck either.
Opa?
No, his name was Andreas. The other guy's name was Manuel. That's right. So this guy's name was Andreas. And I remember when he like came to America, he was like really blown away by like all the fast food and the drive-thrus and shit because they just don't have it in Germany.
Yeah.
Because they're like a proper country, I guess. But so I was pretty. But I guess you know what? I shouldn't be dogging America like this. We should be proud of our fucking fast food drive-through situation.
That's crazy.
That is really cool.
It said it was invented in 1975.
Yeah,
so only 50 years ago that was invented.
I know, and look at the.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, let me see. Let's look it up now. Let's look up. Well, just assume that like they just always had it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I thought that they always had the drive-through at McDonald's. I thought they were the ones that had it.
Yeah, no. What they came up with McDonald's whole claim to fame was like the mass production kind of way that they do the burger thing, where they have like a whole assembly line.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get it out quicker and stuff like that. That was the McDonald's vision, and So let's see what obesity rates have been like in the past 50 years. Let me see. Let's see if I can look that up.
That's funny because
obesity rates in the past 50 years. Well, the past 50 years, obesity rates in the United States have significantly increased.
From
let's see. In the 1960s, roughly 13% of adults were considered obese. while recent figures show a national obesity rate closer to 43%. Holy shit, that's a big percentage. Jesus Christ. 13% in the 1960s, 43% in 2025. Wild.
Wow.
This represents more than tripling of obesity rates. Childhood obesity rates have also seen a dramatic rise, increasing from 5% in the early 1970s to 19% in 2020. Nice.
Wow.
And when did the drive-through come out again? When was that?
1975.
1975.
Yeah.
Interesting. Right around the time that that it spiked with kids, right in the 70s.
Yep.
That's very interesting. And let me see. I love how they went back to the 60s. Let me see what the obesity. Let me see. Let me see how it was in 1970. 1970 obesity rate.
Yeah.
I know this is super interesting for everybody else. So it went from 13 to 15. So it went up 2% in the 70s. Interesting. And then just like fucking, how much is that? Let me see. So if the 60s, what is that? 40 years.
Yeah.
40 years plus 20. What is that? 65.
Yeah.
65. What would that be? That's interesting. I'm just trying to think of like what is that rate of increase? It's fucking wild though.
Oh shit.
You think we're just gonna keep on getting fatter, or do you think it's gonna go the other way with this Ozempic shit? Because I feel like Ozempic's being like more popular.
Yeah, but it's also banned too. So
it's banned for what? When is it? How's it banned?
No, they took Ozempic off the shelves, dude.
Since when?
I think last year, right?
Nuh-uh.
Oh, they still have it?
Yeah, semaglutide.
Oh.
What are you talking about? Yeah, you know what it is? It's that shit that people get like shot with and then you get skinnier because they don't want to eat anymore.
You know, considering that, but I wish they had something better than Ozempic.
No, they have a whole bunch of like generic versions too. It's just called semaglutide. You don't got to get Ozempic. You can get like a other version of it. But if you got health insurance, you should look into that.
I've seen like fat celebrities get slimmer off of that. I mean, Jonah Hill, I think he's on Ozempic.
Yeah, maybe, probably. I wouldn't mind taking it because I hear it helps you like curb your alcohol intake and all that. It makes you not want to drink anymore.
Oh, really?
Maybe it's just like a suppressant for wanting fun and love and desire, and then you just become skinny and waste away, which is pretty dope. So, Mr. Bob Dell, are you excited about the show tomorrow?
Yes, I am.
I am also excited about the show tomorrow. So
we get more people.
What?
Hope there'll be more people showing up.
Oh yeah, definitely. Trust me, it's gonna. So we already have like 15 people reserved spots, you know, and that's just the people that got the tickets, you know. So there'll be others, and it's gonna be a great show. Black Diamond Dispensary, 1402 West Hildebrand. We got everybody on that fucking lineup. Everybody that's been on the podcast pretty much is gonna be there, and it's gonna be a free show. The doors open at 8:30. The show starts at 9. There's gonna be medicated popcorn, whatever the fuck that means, but you know what it means. It's gonna be free too, which is even better. And yeah, pretty much that's it. So Mr. Dell, anything to plug besides that show tomorrow?
Oh yeah, follow me on Instagram on Bob Dell. Just look up Bob Dell.
Mm-hmm.
And also got a TikTok. Oh, by the way, there's a show I'm on tonight at Midtown Meetup with Javier Balzadora and John Abraham and Jimmy Lou.
All right, so
it's a comedy music show. That's what it is.
There you go. It's a comedy music show. Where's that at?
Midtown Meetup tonight.
Midtown Meetup, is that the place? Is like the co-op kind of thing, or what is it?
Yeah.
He has the open mic there on Sundays.
Yes.
Very good. So wherever Javi does the open mic there on Sundays, they're doing a show there tonight, and a bunch of funny people and friends of the show are going to be there. So go check out Midtown Meetup. You don't know the address offhand? No. It's all good.
Sure.
No, yeah, it's fine. People can look it up. Midtown Meetup. Look it up. San Antonio. It's easy to find. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Go check out the Lucky Duck on Mondays, the open mic on Mondays. And before that, go to the Chatter open mic at Babcock Bar, hosted by Zandy Ramirez. And yeah, go check out the Station Comedy Club every Friday and Saturday. And I hope you guys had a great week. and I'll see you guys again next week. Oh, you know what I was thinking?
What?
I want to do when I change the intro because I want to like do a video intro soon, like eventually. And I was thinking about having the theme be like a cover of 1 Week by Bare Naked Ladies because I do the podcast weekly. You know,
Yeah.
it's been 1 week since you looked
Yeah,
at me.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking it might be funny, or maybe it'll be really.
China,
cringe.
the Chinese chicken.
How to drumstick
Making
in your
your
brain
brain
stop
stop sticking?
sticking. Watch the next one.
Like
Yeah,
the lights
exactly.
on, yeah.
I think it'd be fun. I don't know how much of it I'll do, but maybe I'll just use the intro of it. Either way, guys, thanks a lot for showing up. Thanks a lot for watching. It's been a real funky dealer, and
Nine a winner. Pay the front line, take the don'ts. He's coming out again for a new point. Get your bets down, ladies and gentlemen. 4-4's the point, mark 4. Ace, deuce, scrap, wants 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 4. Ace, deuce, ace, deuce, scrap, want 4. Scrap, want 4. Who wants the hot 4? 5 wants 4.
Check me out, y'all.
9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. 4 and he made it the hard way. Pay the front line, take the hard. We have a shooter and a good one. Coming out for a new point. Get your bets down, ladies and gentlemen. He's a rolling point as 9. Place 9. Place 9. 8 shooting for 9. 5 shooting for 9. He's a rolling point as 9. Place 9. 8 shooting for 9. 5 shooting for 9. Who wants to come? 6 to point.
Check me out, y'all.
9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets. Place your bets. Who wants to come? 6 to point. Who wants to come? 6 to point. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen.
So funky. So funky. Check me out, y'all.
8 shooting for 9. 5 shooting for 9. He's a rolling point as 9. Place 9. 8 shooting for 9. 5 shooting for 9. Who wants to come? Place 6.
So funky. So funky.
Coming out again for a new point.
So funky.
Bets down, ladies and gentlemen. Who wants the hard 4?
So funky.
5 wants 4.
Check me out, y'all.
4 4's the point, mark 4.
So funky.
Ace, deuce, scrap, mark 4. Ace, deuce, deuce.
So funky.
Scrap, 1. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Who wants to come?
Check me out, y'all.
9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets. 9 a winner. Pay the front line, take the don'ts. He's coming out again for a new point. Get your bets down, ladies and gentlemen. 4 4's the point, mark 4. Ace, deuce. Who wants to come? 6 to point. Who wants to come? 6 to point. Who wants to come? 6 to point. Place 6.
That's all, folks.